Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's Senior Day high school baseball competition between the visiting Tigers of Newton North High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. As always, if you go on to enjoy this stream, please drop a like button. And if you would like to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, feel free to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Got one more game after today to wrap up the regular season, and then it's going to be playoff time. So be sure to tune in tomorrow as Brookline Girls Lacrosse ventures out to Newton to take on Newton North's girls lacrosse team. And then be sure to stay tuned for next week for plenty of playoff action. Subscribing sure can help there. And then, as always, I encourage everyone to take part in the live chat. You know, if there's anything going wrong here, I'm working with a new computer, so technical difficulties may come up that I'm not used to. So please let me know if the audio sounds weird, if the video's buffering weird. Please let me know. You'll be doing me a favor, honestly. And also, if I happen to be flubbing any kids' names, if there are any Newton North fans here, they hear me say a name and they're like, he's saying it wrong. Again, please let me know. I'm not a proud man. I prefer to get things right. And yeah, of course, if you just want to say, go Warriors or go Tigers or shout out your favorite player, that's perfectly valid reason for using the live chat as well. Just encouraging general audience participation here. But as we see now, Brookline finishing up their initial warm-ups, Newton North coming out for theirs before Brookline will come out to take the field for the top of the first inning. Oh, excuse me. Warren Field, always making me cough. Allergy season is so much fun, isn't it? But what is unironically going to be fun is today's baseball game. It's always, I say it time and time again, it's always a good time whenever Brookline and Newton North face off because these two schools are always going to bring their best against one another. And the last time these two faced off, about 3 weeks ago, back on May 2nd, it was an absolutely thrilling contest. Ended in a walk-off victory in the bottom of the 7th for Newton North on a walk-off RBI single by Daniel Tambasia, as it brought in, I believe, 2 runs, one scoring cleanly and one on an error by the catcher. As of course, that was the game where it just started a torrential downpour right as the bottom of the 7th started, making it that much harder for the Brookline defense. But we got clear skies here today for a rematch of that early May thriller. And for Brookline, of course, they're hoping to take home a win, not just to wrap up the regular season, but also to honor their 8 seniors for the class of 2022. So without further ado, let's take a look at the starting lineups for today, and we'll start with the visiting Newton North High Tigers. Leading off for Newton North, the shortstop, number 24, Miles Ooh. Batting second, the first baseman, number 1, Leo Chus. Batting third, the center fielder, number 5, Griffin Bond. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 2, Johnny Donnellan. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 4, Finn Parker. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 1, Liam Keblin. Batting seventh, The right fielder, number 19, James Bombara. Batting 8th, the left fielder, number 3, Antonio Dalton. Batting 9th, the third baseman, number 9, Milo Sommers. And just playing the field for Newton North today, on the mound, it's number 12, Julian Nielsen. So that is the starting lineup for the visitors today, the Newton North High Tigers. They've got at short, Chuse at first, Bond in center, Donnellan behind the plate, Parker at DH, Keblin at second, Bombara in right, Dalton in left, Sommers at third, and Nielsen on the mound. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Sorry, just double checking the mic. I think my headset's been acting up and not necessarily giving the same audio feed to me that you guys get, which is why, again, I encourage you to participate in the live chat if anything seems off, particularly in regards to the audio. But anyway, as I get a message on YouTube saying that my audio output is off, which doesn't make any sense. You know, sometimes this has just been popping up and it is concerning me. So like I said, if the audio sounds weird today, please let me know, and I'll know that it's not YouTube just messing with me, and I'll know it's not just my headset messing with me. I'll know it's actually a problem, and I'll be able to try and fix it. But in the meantime, I gave the starting lineup for Newton North. Let's give the starting lineup for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Leading off for Brookline today, the left fielder and the first of 8 starting seniors for Brookline today, number 14, Declan Tracy. Batting second, the first baseman, another senior and co-captain, number 10, Eli Ruffman. Batting third, the right fielder and another senior, number 7, Daniel Poncho Villa. Batting fourth, the center fielder, another senior, number 18, Matt Richardson. Batting fifth and taking the mound for Brookline today, another senior and co-captain, number 6, Jack Martell. Batting sixth, the second baseman, another senior, number 16, Jake Levin. Batting seventh, the catcher and another senior, number 2, Nathan Turetsky. Batting eighth, the designated hitter and the last of the 8 seniors in today's starting lineup, number 11, Conrad Beast Wickman. Batting ninth for Brookline today, the shortstop, number 15, Leander Gosling. And just playing the field for Brookline today at third base, number 8, Nady Kessler. So that is the starting lineup for Brookline today. Tracy in left, Rothman at first, Villa in right, Richardson in center, Martell on the mound, Levin at second, Turetsky behind the plate, Wickman the DH, Gosling at short, and Kessler at third. And like I said, the first 8 hitters, all seniors: Tracy, Rothman, Villa, Richardson, Martell, Levin, Turetsky, and Wickman. So a sizable senior class for Brookline, including a number of all-day starters. Rothman, Villa, Richardson, and Martell played quite a lot. Levin played most of the games as well. And Turetsky, Tracy, and Wickman were very effective platoon players when they got their times on the field. So you can see Newton North finishing their warm-ups as we get ready to get this one underway. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, for today's Senior Day baseball contest between Brookline and Newton North. So you see Brookline huddling up, getting ready to take the field for the top of the first inning. And here they come, Brookline out onto the field. Around the infield, they've got Eli Rothman at first, Jake Levin at second, Leander Gosling at short, Nady Kessler at third, and around the outfield, they've got Declan Tracy in left, Matt Richardson in center, and Daniel Villa in right. And the battery for today, Jack Martell on the mound and Nathan Turetsky behind the plate. Jack Martell making his 8th appearance on the mound today. He is second on the team in pitching appearances, trailing only James Dialchand Erickson, who has appeared on the mound 9 times in this regular season. However, Martell leads the team now in pitching starts, as this marks his 6th time starting on the mound, passing Connor Jernigan to take sole ownership of that first place mark. The pitching line for Martell, he's got a 3-2 win-loss record with a team leading 3 wins on the mound. He's pitched a team high 32.2 innings. He has a team high 35 strikeouts. Currently leads the team in ERA with 3.3, has a 1.4 whip, and 7.5 strikeouts per 7 innings. He's given up 23 total runs, 16 of them earned, on 33 hits, 13 walks, and 3 hit by pitches. Once again, to go with that team leading, that team leading 35 strikeouts. Of course, the biggest highlight for him on the mound this year has got to be that game against Boston Latin Academy. He went 6 1/3 innings, gave up 1 unearned run, and struck out 12. Those of you who have been following my streams, you probably remember that game pretty fondly. That was a fun one under the lights. And after the coaches talk things over with the officials, it looks like we're ready to get this ball game underway. Jack Martell on the mound for Brookline, and leading off. Sorry, I wasn't sure if someone was coming over to me to tell me I was in the wrong spot or something. Anyway, leading off for Newton North, the shortstop, number 24, Miles Ooh. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Second pitch in there for strike 1. So an early 1-1 count to Ooh. 1-1 pitch also in there. 1-2 count now. Last time Brookline and Newton North faced off, Ooh finished the day 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run. 1-2 pitch. In there! Strike 3! Martell starts off the day with his first strikeout. And he's got 1 down. Now at the plate, the first baseman, number 21, Leo Chus. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Chus, last time against Brookline, he finished 1 for 2 with a double, 2 walks, a run scored, and his pinch runner, Michael Rogan, also scored a run, as I believe that one missed for ball 2. That one comes in high, and that's a 3-0 count now to Chus. That one's in there for strike 1. So not a 4-pitch walk, but still a favorable count for Chus. And he connects on this one, launches it deep to right. Villa's on his horse. He's not going to get there. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Chus heading down to second. He's going to round it and go for 3. Throw down to third is not in time. Leo Chus slams a triple out to right field. And just like that, Newton North with a huge chance to score. Now batting with a runner on third and nobody, 1 out, excuse me. Runner on third, 1 out. It is the center fielder, number 5, Griffin Bond. First pitch comes in way high, but well covered by Turetsky. Ball 1. It's a big job for Turetsky right now. Runner on third. If that ball gets past him, first run of the game is probably coming in. As this one just misses ball 2. Bond, one of the shorter players out there today, so a tougher strike zone to find. 2-0 pitch. That one finds the zone for strike 1. Last time against Brookline, Bond finished 2 for 3 with a stolen base and an RBI. 2-1 pitch misses outside, ball 3. So a 3-1 count again. The same count when Chus launched his rocket out to right. Pitch. Just catches the corner. Bond thought he had ball 4, but in fact he's got a full count. Can Martell claim a critical second out here in the top of the first inning? Payoff pitch. Makes contact. It's over Kessler and into left. Chus trots home on the RBI single by Griffin Bond. So Bond now with his second RBI against Brookline this season. And he now stands at first with 1 out, and up comes the catcher, number 2, Johnny Donnellan. First pitch just misses for ball 1. You see Bond dancing off the bag there, trying to distract Martell and threaten to steal. He did get a stolen base last time against Brookline. And he's taking off on this pitch as Donnellan golfs it out to left. Tracy tracking it, and he's got the catch for out number 2 as Bond retreats back to first. So a fly out to left claims a critical second out. And now coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 4, Finn Parker. Now Bond takes off. First pitch is in there. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. And I don't think I saw a signal, so I'm not actually entirely sure whether that first pitch was a strike or a ball, but that one's fouled off. And that'll be a strike. And the first pitch was a strike, so it's now 0-2 the count to Parker with a runner at second and 2 down here in the top of the first. And it's a check swing foul, so Parker stays alive. Last time against Brookline, Parker finished 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs scored. He's trying to keep the rally going for Newton North here in the top of the first. Martell briefly steps off the rubber. Parker now back into the box after the brief pause. 0-2 pitch comes in high for ball 1. One and two the count. Pitch high again for ball 2. That one looked like it might have been a curveball that just kind of hung and didn't dip into the zone. But Parker, either way, not chasing on these high pitches from Martell. 2-2 pitch. Swung and missed at that one. Strike 3. So that ends the top of the first inning. Newton North does get on the board thanks to back-to-back big swings from Leo Chus and Griffin Bond. The score as we head to the bottom of the first inning, Newton North 1, Brookline 0. Due up for the Warriors will be Declan Tracy, Eli Rothman, and Daniel Villa as they face off against the Newton North starting pitcher, number 12, Julian Nielsen. Defensively for Newton North, they have Leo Chus at first. They got Liam Keblin over at second. At shortstop, Miles Ooh. Over at third, they have Milo Sommers. Out in left, they've got Antonio Dalton. In center, they have Griffin Bond. And out and right, James Bombara. And of course, for the Battery, they got Julian Nielsen on the mound and Johnny Donnellan behind the plate. Nielsen actually pitched 3 1/3 innings back on May 2nd against Brookline. Gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and 2 strikeouts. So some of these Brookline hitters will be familiar with him. And we'll see how he handles the Warriors lineup here today. It is going to be a noticeably different lineup for Brookline. Like I said, some of their seniors are all-day starters who would pretty much be taking the field no matter what. Some of them starting perhaps because it's senior day. Whatever the reason, they're on the field and that's all that matters. Leading off for Brookline, the left fielder, number 14, Declan Tracy. That first pitch misses outside for ball 1. That pitch in there for strike 1. A 1-1 count to Tracy. 1-1 pitch. That one's high for ball 2. Tracy comes into this game with a slash line of 214, 313, 214. He's batting 3 for 14 with 2 walks and 5 runs scored. That one's in there for strike 2. 2-2. Now the count to Tracy. And he got a piece of it to stay alive. Still 2-2. And that one swung on and missed. Tracy goes down on strikes. Both teams lead off their half of the first inning with a strikeout. Brookline hoping to at least match the mark on the scoreboard as well. Now batting the first baseman and co-captain, number 10, Eli Rothman, as he sends one towards the middle, past the shortstop and into center field. Rothman's got a base hit. For Rothman, that marks his 13th hit of the season. He just tied Harrison Siegel for the team lead in hits this season. Now at the plate, the right fielder, number 7, Daniel Poncho Villa. First pitch in there for strike 1. Rothman leading off from first. He leads the team this season with 7 steals. As this one comes in low, Rothman thought about it, but it was well blocked by Donnellan for ball 1. Villa comes into this contest with a slash line of 279, 392, 279. 12 for 43 with 8 walks, 5 steals, 11 runs scored, which leads the team, and 7 RBI. That pitch comes in high for ball 2. So Villa actually with the opportunity to turn it into a 3-way tie for first place in hits if he gets a base hit here. But that one comes in high and inside for ball 3 as he just moves out of the way. Three-one pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Villa's now facing a full count against Nielsen. Payoff pitch. And that's inside, ball 4. Villa draws his 9th walk of the season. He is now just 1 walk behind Keenan Sawada for the team lead. Runners on first and second now for Brookline. And we got a meeting at the mound with Nielsen. As Rothman and Villa are not making his life easy. I didn't mention Rothman's season stats. Coming into this one, he had a slash line of 250, 321, 271. He was 12 for 48, now 13 for 49. He's got 1 double, 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 7 steals, 4 runs, and a team-leading 8 RBI. But now at the plate, as Nielsen steps off the rubber to keep the runners in check, at the plate is the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. First pitch, he makes contact. It's a dribbler to the pitcher, juggled but collected. And what happened? Oh, did he foul it off his foot? They must have said that he fouled it off his foot, so that's going to be strike 1 to Richardson. Richardson has been excellent for Brookline this season. He comes in with a slash line of 357, 471, 429, leads the team in on-base percentage. He is 10 for 28 with 2 doubles, 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 4 steals, 6 runs, and 4 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, and he chops this one. This one's going to stay in the infield, and they call infield fly. So it wouldn't have mattered whether Wu caught that one or not. A crucial second out. And now coming up to the plate for Brookline, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch big, swing and a miss, strike 1. Martell started off this season with a really bad hitting slump, but he's rebounded nicely late in the year. Now a slash line of 162, 244, 162. He's 6 for 37 with 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, a steal, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs as he hits a grounder over to short. They try and flip it to second. They don't do it. Rothman is going to take off for home on the error. Brookline ties it up. That certainly wasn't a gimme, but call that either an E6 or an E4. And Rothman comes in to score. Now this pitch to Jake Levin inside, an attempted pickoff of Martell. He just barely dives back. It's a little behind there. I didn't even see if that pitch was a ball or a strike, so I'll update the count in a second. As at the plate is the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. So that is ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count so far to Levin. Runners at first and second. Game tied at 1 apiece. And this one is smacked out to center. It's being tracked, and it's going to be caught out in center field by Bond to end the inning. Nice contact, just hung in the air a little too long and needed some better placement. Fly out to center ends the inning, but Brookline is able to tie things up in the bottom half of the first. Fresh ball game as we head into the second, tied at 1 apiece. You know, and I may go back and rescore that play. I may decide to call it an infield hit. It was a close play, not an easy play. It's just one of those things where I would have to make a judgment call. So that's probably something I'll go back and look at. as we get ready for the second inning. Good. How are you? Yeah, that's why.
He had full control of the ball and quickly. Definitely. I know. Why did you go to first? That's the obvious one. That's not sure.
Right, we are now ready for the top of the second inning. Due up for Newton North will be Liam Keblin, James Bombara, and Antonio Dalton. Leading off for the Tigers, the second baseman, number 1, Liam Keblin. First pitch from Martelli shows bunt and lays it foul, caught over in the Brookline dugout. That'll be strike one. And an interesting kind of bunt there. That almost looked like a softball play, like he was charging towards the pitch. Took a bit of a hop step there. 0-1 pitch just misses, ball one. Last time against Brookline, Keblin was the starting pitcher, so he did not bat as he skies this one out to center field. It's being tracked by Richardson, and he's got the can of corn for out number 1. Now at the plate, the right fielder, number 19, James Bombara. First pitch just misses outside, ball one. Bombara did not actually play against Brookline last time as he fouls that one off for strike one. So no previous game data for this guy, I'm afraid, as he faces a 1-1 count with one out. This one he slices. It's going to stay in play. It's being tracked in the infield. Martell calling for it and makes the grab in that snazzy bright blue glove of his. I've never commented on that before, and I don't know why. Martell's glove looks dang cool. Guess I was too busy commenting on his actual pitching, but you know. Now at the plate, the left fielder, number 3, Antonio Dalton. Hard contact right at the shortstop. Nice grab by Gosling, and Newton North goes down in order. You know Martell loves to see that. So due up for Brookline as they get ready for the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Turetsky, Wickman, and Gosling. As Nielsen returns to the mound for his second inning of work. Score tied at 1 apiece. Warm-ups all done, and now leading off for Brookline here in the bottom of the second, the catcher, number 2, Nathan Turetsky. First pitch comes in low for ball one. 1-0 the count. And this one is a check swing foul for strike one. Turetsky coming into this game with a 267, 353, 267 slash line. 4 for 15 with 2 walks, a run scored, and 4 RBI. As that one comes in high for ball 2. So Turetsky, not as much playing time as some other players. In fact, this is only his 4th start of the season. But with those 4 RBI, you know he's made the most of his time on the field this year. As that one comes in high for ball 3. A 3-1 count. And that one's in there for strike 2. Payoff pitch. And that one misses high and inside, and Turetsky trots down to first with the leadoff free pass. Now at the plate, the designated hitter, number 11, Conrad Beast Wickman. The Beast coming into this game with a 214, 267, 214 slash line. Like Turetsky, making his 4th start of the season, as they throw back to check on Turetsky and he dives back safely. Wickman this year, 3 for 14 with a walk, a run scored, and 3 RBI. First pitch, Wickman shows bunt but fouls it off. A smart move to throw a low fastball. Those can be really hard to track for a bunt. And now the count is 0-1. Nielsen checks back on Turetsky. Throws back. And again, Turetsky dives back safely. He's taking a sizable lead off from first, but if you look at how he's positioned, his weight is leaning towards first base. His arm's ready to reach as soon as a pickoff attempt comes. But this one's a pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. 0-2. Now the count to Wickman. Swing and a miss. Wickman goes down swinging. And that'll be the first out of the top of the second. Now coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 15, Leander Gosling. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Gosling so far this season, a 125, 176, 188 slash, 2 for 16 with a double, a walk, a steal, and 3 runs scored. Another pickoff attempt on Turetsky, and again, he dives back well. So Turetsky staying in Nielsen's head, if nothing else. And now a pitch out. And again, Turetsky dives back safe, as that one will be ball 1 to Gosling. So a 1-1 count. 1 out, runner at first. And this one's a grounder over to the shortstop. Ooh, juggles it. Tries to pick it up. Can't get to second in time. Both runners reach safely. Brookline taking advantage of the E6 on that one. And it'll be runners at first and second with one out as they cycle back to the top of the order with the left fielder, number 14, Declan Tracy. And a balk is called. It's second and third now. Nielsen trying to get tricky as Turetsky staying in his head on the base paths. And that'll put runners at second and third now with one out as Nielsen has a talk with the infield ump, as will the head coach. North head coach James Greeley turning back to the dugout, but still a discussion going on as the infield ump explaining the balk call. It doesn't seem like there's much animosity at the call as much as there is just confusion, which I can understand because like the balk rule can be kind of confusing at times. You know, I just always say agree or disagree with the call, give respect to the officials. These guys are a big part of the reason we're able to have these games at all. As this first pitch is swung on and missed by Tracy. So Turetsky at third, Gosling at second. Brookline with a good opportunity here as that pitch is in there for strike two. Tracy, his last time up, he struck out, hoping to get the bat on the ball this time. The 0-2. That one comes in high, and Tracy did not chase. So that'll be ball one. Tracy takes some time out of the box for a second. Steps back in. Now Nielsen sets. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike three. A big second out get for Nielsen. Now stepping to the plate with two down and two runners in scoring position. The first baseman and co-captain, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch misses outside for ball one. And Nielsen's got to be thinking about the fact that the last time at the plate, Rothman swung at the first pitch and sent it up the middle for a single. He later came in to score on an error to tie the game at one apiece, as that one misses high for ball two. Nathan Turetsky stands at third, Leander Gosling at second, two down here in the bottom of the second inning. And a timeout is called. Now the 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Caught him chasing the high heat for strike one. You could tell Rothman wanted all of that one. 2-1, and he chops this one. It's going to stay in the infield. Chuse is tracking it, and he's got it for out number three. Nielsen escapes the jam with no damage. And after two, we remain tied at one apiece. As we get ready for the third inning, due up for Newton North will be the 9-1-2 hitters, Sommers, Ooh, and Chuse. So now we get ready, excuse me, we get ready to start the top of the third inning. Leading off for Newton North, the third baseman, number 9, Milo Sommers. Again, I mentioned that if I'm mispronouncing any names, please let me know in the live chat. 'Cause this is one of those ones where it's like, is it Milo? Is it Milo? I don't know. But Sommers takes strike 2 from Martel, and he's now down 0-2. The pitch catches him swinging in the dirt. Strike 3. Turetsky throws to Rothman. After that one came in the dirt, and that'll be a clean strikeout for Jack Martel. That's now 3 Ks on the day so far for the Brookline co-captain. And it'll be 1 out and bases empty as up comes the shortstop, number 24, Miles Ooh. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Ooh, his last time up, he led off the game with a strikeout, as that one is in there for strike 1. And a timeout called before Martel can deliver his pitch. Now the pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. And this one fouled off. He'll stay alive as that ball heads towards the tennis courts, where I believe the Brookline and Newton North boys tennis teams are facing off. So that's going to be briefly distracting. 1-2 pitch again. Makes hard contact. It's a bouncer over to second, fielded well by Levin and thrown to first for out number 2. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 21, Leo Chus. Chus had the big swing of the first inning, a triple to right field. He later came in to score as that first pitch misses for ball 1. So this really the first big test for Martel. This is a guy who took you deep last time. How do you approach him now? And right now he's just pitching around the zone as that one misses for ball 2. Catches him chasing on that one. Strike 1. Caught him off guard with the off speed there, I think. Now a 2-1 count to Chus. This time he golfs it deep out to left center, and that's going to get over Tracy's head and to the wall once again. It's another extra base hit for Chus as he trots down to second with the 2-out double. Boy, he reached out and launched that one. Went the other way this time. Pulled in his first at bat. Now he goes opposite field. And so now a runner in scoring position. 2 down, and up comes the center fielder, number 5, Griffin Bond. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Bond, his last time up, he drilled a single to left to drive in Chus. And now once again, he's got Chus in scoring position, this time with 2 down as he takes strike 1. Bond would also steal second, but was left stranded at second base. As this one comes in the dirt, causes Turetsky to stumble, but he recovers and keeps track of the ball well to prevent Chus from going to third. 2-1 the count. And that one just misses outside ball 3. That one curves in nicely for strike 2. Full count, runner at second, 2 down, tie ball game, top of the 3rd inning. Now pitch, hard contact past Martell, over to Levin at second, fields it cleanly, throws to first, beats the runner there, and that's out number 3. So another big swing of the bat from Leo Chus creates a tangible offensive threat, but this time Martell and company able to fend off that threat, and they maintain the tie. Going into the bottom of the 3rd, the score remains 1-1. Nielsen back out on the mound. He'll face the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Villa, Richardson, and Martell. We got our first comments in the live chat, courtesy of longtime viewer Kim Chungsik. Proud of all seniors of Warriors. Let's go, Brookline. Thanks for all seniors, and I will never forget baseball memories with you and your family. And I love seeing that comment. Like I said, I encourage you to say something in the live chat if there's something going wrong with the stream or if I'm saying something wrong. But also I encourage these, just kind of nice, heartfelt messages, particularly on a day like Senior Day. A lot of these seniors, they've been with the program a long time. Some of them were part of that group that missed out on the season entirely in 2020. I'm pretty sure they were all part of the team for last year's early struggles as they tried to get back in the swing of things with a new routine, due to COVID, a new coach and Brendan O'Connor, just trying to figure things out after a year off the field. And eventually later in the season they did. So indeed, hats off to the seniors as the first pitch to Villa comes in low for ball 1. This is number 7, Daniel Villa, the right fielder at the plate. Drew a walk his last time up, and he takes ball 2. Two-zero pitch. That one in there for strike 1. And it must be said that, Villa's base running, I think, did contribute at least a little bit to the throwing error that would result in Rothman coming into score as Villa takes ball 3. That play, of course, coming back in the bottom of the 1st. And it was the last scoring play for either team as we are still tied 1-1. 3-1 pitch. Villa hits a chopper over to first, fielded by Chus, and he's going to take it himself for out number 1. Now coming to the plate with one out and the base is empty, the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1. Richardson, his last time up, he popped out to short back in the 1st inning. As this one misses outside for ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch, and that one comes in low, and it's going to be a hitter's count at 3-0. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. So Richardson, the team leader in on-base percentage, gets another free pass down to first. And now coming to the plate with 1 out and a runner on is the pitcher, number 6, the co-captain, Jack Martell. First pitch, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Richardson taking a big lead off from first. We know from watching him on the base paths and out in center field that he's got wheels. We know he's a threat to take second as Nielsen checks on him and sets. And the pickoff attempt is not in time as Richardson dives back safely. Like I said before, Richardson has 4 steals so far this season. And now he takes off. And that's hard contact from Martell. It hit the umpire. And it's a dead ball, and Martell has had 2 of the weirdest hits of this game so far. So the hit and run play sort of worked. That was weird, and I hope the ump's okay. That one looked like it went right off his shin. But the baseball situation is that now there are runners at first and second with 1 out for the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. First pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. Levin, his last time up, he flew out to center to end the first inning. He's now again up with runners on, as this one again comes in high for ball 2. You know, it's interesting that dead ball play, just because with the trajectory of the ball, that either could have gone up the middle into center or it could have been fielded at second by Keblin. So it's really hard to say who that benefited, as that's ball 3 to Levin. Because with the hit and run play on, you know, if that ball goes into center field, Richardson could be standing at third. But then if it's fielded by Keblin, it might just be a runner at second with 2 down. 3-0 pitch, and that's going to come in the dirt. And Levin is going to take a 4-pitch walk. So 2 4-pitch walks sandwiched around a single off the umpire. I don't know how else to score that. But it's going to be bases loaded with 2 outs, and we got a visit at the mound. James Greeley, the head coach for Newton North, talking with his starting pitcher and catcher, Julian Nielsen and Johnny Donnellan, as they get ready to face the Brookline catcher, number 2, Nathan Turetsky. Bases loaded and 1 out. So a fly ball to the outfield could bring in the go-ahead run. So could a ground ball if it doesn't lead to a double play. But bottom line, Turetsky has either got to put a bat on the ball or he's got to draw a free pass. Either one of those could bring in the go-ahead run. Turetsky, his last time up, he drew a walk, advanced all the way to third, but was left stranded there back in the second inning. Now up in the third with Brookline again threatening. Can he bring someone home as Nielsen steps off the bag to collect himself and check on the runners? Now the first pitch. In there, strike 1. Matt Richardson at third, Jack Martell at second, Jake Levin at first. Hard contact here, and it's into center. This one might bring in 2. Martell comes around third. He is running for home and slides in. Nathan Turetsky. He's had just 4 starts this season. He's got 6 RBI. A huge single to center for the senior catcher. And just speaking on my personal bias, I am so happy for the young man right there. Turetsky, for those of you who've been following me through multiple seasons, he was a helpful stat keeping assistant for me during the basketball season. You know, love the kid. Can't wait to see where he goes in his future endeavors, and I'm happy as anything to see him get that big hit right there. Matt Richardson and Jack Martell both come in to score on the single to center by Nathan Turetsky. And we've got a change on the mound now as Nielsen gets pulled. He leaves two inherited runners for the Newton North reliever, number 11, TJ Cox. So Nielsen officially pitches 2 1/3 innings. Right now, if the game were to end, he'd be on the hook for the loss, but we've still got a lot of baseball left. Nielsen has so far given up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And he leaves 2 inherited runners on the base paths that would be credited to him if they score against Cox. Looks like the infielders are heading back to their spots, and so are the base runners. And so Cox is about ready to get this relief outing started. With Nathan Turetsky at first and Jake Levin at second, 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and up to the plate comes the designated hitter, number 11, Conrad Beast Wickman. First pitch dips in low for ball 1. Wickman, his last time up, he struck out in the second inning. Looking for something better this time as he gets contact but sends it foul for strike 1. Runners at first and second, 1 out, a 1-1 count. Bottom of the third, and Brookline leads Newton North 3-1. And that one curves in nicely for strike 2. Cox fooled him completely on that one. You saw Wickman kind of flinching as if that ball was about to hit him, but then it curved into the inside corner. Nice movement by TJ Cox. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Wickman goes down on strike. Okay, looks like I got my connection back. Oh, that was horrible. I am so sorry, everybody. I'm gonna have to play some severe catch up here. In the top of the fourth inning, I missed a lot. 1 second. Okay, it seems like Newton North has just tied the game, and it is now 3-3. I will double check on that between innings again. My humblest apologies. My Wi-Fi data just ran out, which it should not have done. I don't know what happened, but either way, You're now here in the top of the fourth. I believe it's one down for Newton North, and they have a runner on third threatening to take the lead. Looks like I think that count said 2-2 or 2-1. Here's the pitch from Martell. And this one is golfed out to the outfield. It's being tracked by Villa out and right. He's got it. Runner tags and is coming in for home. And he's going to come in to score. So if I have my counts right, that should give Newton North a 4-3 lead with 2 down here in the top of the fourth. Now again, I'm going to have to double check on some things. That was a sacrifice fly to right by Dalton. That brought in a runner. And now at the plate, it should be Milo Sommers. So of course, things get exciting right as my technology goes kaput. As Sommers fouls that one off. Got 2 strikes. And I believe it's a 1-2 count. And he swings in the dirt for strike 3. No, they say he... Oh, they say it didn't hit the dirt, so just a clean strikeout. That was... What a confusing way to end an inning full of confusion, at least from my perspective. So Newton North takes the 4-3 lead. Again, I'm going to double check on that score. And I'll be right back with you for the bottom of the fourth inning. All right, so I've now got what is essentially double confirmation from 2 fans that were able to pay attention in the top of the fourth while I scrambled to reconnect to the internet. So Newton North does take the 4-3 lead over Brookline with that big fourth inning rally. My apologies to any Newton North fans tuning in for missing a bunch of your team's highlights on that. I promise you it wasn't on purpose. As I also missed the end of the bottom of the third. On Brookline's side, it was just an all-around mess. But either way, TJ Cox back on the mound as he'll be facing the 1-2-3 hitters for Brookline, Tracy, Rothman, and Villa. First up, the left fielder, number 14, Declan Tracy. First pitch from Cox is in there for strike 1. Tracy has so far gone down on strikes both of his times at the plate. He is 0 for 2 so far as he takes ball 1 low. That one curves in high and outside for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. As this one misses as well, it's a 3-1 count to Tracy. You know, I mentioned this back in the first inning when Griffin Bond was up, but Tracy also one of the smaller strike zones, and it can help him in potentially drawing walks, but not on that pitch as he swings and misses for strike 2. So a full count now. Pressure equally on both sides. The payoff pitch. And he makes contact, sends a hard grounder towards the middle, fielded well by Ooh, thrown to first, and that's going to be out number 1. A little more heat on that grounder, and that could have bounced its way into center field, but it's well tracked by Miles Wu for the 6-3 ground out. Now coming up to the plate with one out, the first baseman and co-captain, number 10, Eli Rothman. That one curves in for strike one. That one curves in too much, and that'll be ball one. Rothman, his last time up, he popped out to first to end the second inning. 1 for 2 so far today with a run scored, as that one comes in high for ball two. 2-1 pitch. Rothman makes good contact, but it's right at the center fielder, and Bond catches it for out number two. Now up with 2 outs and the base is empty. The right fielder, number 7, Daniel Villa. That one skips in the dirt for ball one. Villa, his last time up, he led off the third inning with a ground out to first. He is 0 for 1 with a walk today, as that one comes in high for ball two. That one comes in low, ball three. And that one's in there for strike one. So no 4-pitch walk here. We've got a 3-1 count to Villa now. Villa calls time, steps out of the box. Base is empty, 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. As that one misses for ball four, Villa with his second walk of the day puts a runner at first with 2 down. Villa now representing the potential tying run. And coming to the plate will be the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Richardson so far today 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. As this one comes in the dirt, covered well enough by Donnellan, as Villa did not take off. That'll simply be ball one. Villa takes off for the steal. Richardson on the hit and run. He lines it out to center. Sliding catch by Bond. Again, good contact, but not at the place you needed it. Griffin Bond showing off that range out in center field to come up with a big catch to end the inning and maintain the Newton North lead. Through 4, the score is Newton North 4, Brookline 3. And as we head into this fourth intermission, I'd now like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to talk to you about the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in Brookline. Among the Foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 75 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. And remember, check out the description section of the video where you can see that URL and phone number that I just gave for the Brookline Community Foundation, as that first pitch comes in the dirt but was chased by Miles Ooh for strike one. Jack Martell back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. A rough 4th inning for him, as that one misses inside for ball 1. This one comes in low for ball 2. Miles Ooh so far 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a groundout. Now the 2-1 pitch. That one misses just low, ball 3. And that one's going to be ball 4. So Ooh reaches base for the first time today with a 5-pitch walk. And now coming up to the plate, a guy who's been one of the more dangerous hitters for Newton North today, number 21, Leo Chus. Chus fouls that one off for strike 1. Chus 2 for 2 today with a triple and a double. What on earth? A hit by pitch, maybe? Defensive interference. What did they call? I'm not sure what just happened, but Chus gets a free pass to first, maybe on defensive interference. Now at the plate is Griffin Bond. I'm not sure what that first pitch was called, but I think he was showing bunt as he fouls that one off. Oh, and 2, now the count to Bond. Oh, 2 pitch, good contact, and because the shortstop was covering the steal, that's going to go all the way into left center. That's going to score Ooh, and Chus is going to hold at third as Bond picks up a double. Newton North brings in run number 5 as Bond collects his second RBI of the day. Now the first pitch to Donnellan misses high for ball 1. And that one catches the corner for strike 1. Martell steps off the rubber for a second, looking a bit confused. Now the pitch just misses Donnellan, and that's going to be ball 2. Donnellan was the one who led off last inning, so unfortunately I can't quite say what he did. But this one, he launches deep to left. Declan Tracy just watching it go foul. Boy, he got all of that one, but just too far out ahead of it. Runners at second and third. No outs here in the top of the fifth. Newton North putting together a rally. As this one is chopped by Donnellan, it's going to go foul. He's going to stay alive at 2-2. Now this pitch is chopped and it's going to go into shallow center. Richardson charging in. He's not going to get it. And a runner is going to come home. And the throw skips away from the catcher, but the runners all hold as it was well covered. Again, just because of where the infielders were placed based on the situation, it comes back to bite Brookline. A well-placed pop fly by Johnny Donnellan results in an RBI single as Chuse comes in to score. And a pinch runner now as up comes Finn Parker. That's number 15, taking Donnellan's place at first as they attempt to pick off Bond over at second. Now this pitch gets over Turetsky's head, but the runners all hold, and that's going to be simply ball one. You can see the frustration starting to mount for the Brookline pitcher as now we got a visit at the mound, and this might be the end of the night for Jack Martell. Not off to a good start through the first 3 innings, but the last 2 innings have just been rough for him. Gave up 3 runs in the top of the 4th, and he's now given up 2 more here in the top of the 5th. Looks like they're going to stick with him. As he gets ready to get back to work against Finn Parker. That is Michael Rogan, who is pinch running for Donnellan on first. And this one's a grounder. It's going to go into left field. They're going to send Bond around. It's a throw to the plate, not in time. Caught by Turetsky, thrown to third, not in time to catch anyone. Another RBI single. Still no outs in this inning for Newton North as the hit parade continues. So both runners advance on the throw home. So that puts Rogan at third and Parker at second. Next up will be number 1, Liam Keblin. This one is smacked out to left. It's caught by Tracy, and the runners are going to hold. So finally, Brookline able to get the first out of the inning. But runners remain at second and third with 1 out. And now after Keblin, up comes number 19, James Bombara. That one misses for ball 1. And that one skips away from Turetsky, but well covered, simply ball 2. This one is fouled off for strike one. So a string of 4 hitters from the top of the 4th inning that I wasn't able to get a grasp of what happened because my Wi-Fi uh, crashed and I had to scramble for a solution. As this one is fouled off by Bombara for strike 2. So those 4 batters that I am not quite sure about are Donnellan, Parker, Keblin, and Bombara. Swings, loses his bat. It's in the dirt, and that's going to be strike 3 as Turetsky applies the tag. So that'll be 2 down. Nice back-to-back out gets for Martel. And now someone I can tell you what he did last time up, and this is number 3, Antonio Dalton. He got a sac fly to right field that drove in the go-ahead run last inning. Now he sends one out to left center, and this one might drop. It is going to drop, and that's going to bring in 2. Another 2 RBIs for Antonio Dalton as Newton North puts up 2 more runs. That brings in Rogan and Parker, and I think this is going to be the end of the night for Jack Martel. Martel marches off the field. Looks like he's going to come back out defensively, so his night isn't going to end, as I imagine he will take the shortstop position as they bring on as their reliever number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. Dialchand Erickson, the first underclassman to take the field for Brookline today, as obviously they started all 8 of their seniors. And the other 2 starters today, Gosling and Kessler, are juniors. And so Martel is going to move to shortstop, taking the place of Gosling. And so I imagine Dialchand Erickson will take Gosling's place in the batting order. Martel finishes with 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 9 runs. I'll have to go back later and see how many of them were earned. Again, I missed a large chunk of them back in the 4th due to technical difficulties. And if the game were to end now, Martel would be credited with the pitching loss. So Dialchand Erickson will be facing off against the number 9 hitter, Milo Sommers, with a runner on first and 2 down. Now the pitch, and it's a dribbler over to third. Kessler charging in, bare hands it, throws to first. Got him in time. 1 pitch and the inning ends. Good fielding by Nady Kessler over at third. Brookline finally gets out of the top of the 5th inning, but not before a significant amount of damage is done. We head into the bottom of the 5th now. Newton North now holding a comfortable lead over Brookline, 9-3. We got another comment in our live chat from Jennifer Lightdale. So proud of all the senior warriors. Such wonderful memories of beautiful days watching you guys. Thank you, Jesse, for streaming these games. Jennifer, the pleasure's been all mine. Like you said, this is a fun group of guys to watch. We get so many beautiful days out here at Warren and the various other parks that we get to go to see. So certainly plenty of great memories to go around. Due up for Brookline will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, so it'll be Martell, Levin, and Turetsky. Leading off, the shortstop and co-captain, number 6, Jack Martell. He fouls off the first pitch for strike one as TJ Cox is back out on the mound for another inning of relief. He's already pitched 1 2/3 as Martell gets good contact, launches that one out to left, and that's going to drop for a clean single. So Martell gets the Brookline offense off to a good start, but they're going to need a lot more good plays if they're going to try and get back in this ball game. At the plate now, the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. First pitch comes in high for ball one. Excuse me. Levin, his last time up, he drew a walk as the pickoff attempt for Martell. And then before that, Levin flew out to center. So 0 for 1 with a walk so far. As he makes contact here, right at the right fielder. Good catch. They're going to try and pick off Martell, but he's going to get back in time. We're seeing a lot of good contact from the Warriors, but just not the best placement. As that one could have gone for at least a single if it was a little more to the left or right. But instead, it'll be the first out, as now up comes the catcher, number 2, Nathan Turetsky. And that first one is in there for strike one. Turetsky, of course, had the big 2-run single back in the third. Before that, he drew a walk, so 1 for 1 today with a walk and 2 RBI. As that one comes in over his head for ball one. 1-1 the count, with 1 out and a runner on first. Turetsky makes nice contact again, and that's into center for another single. Turetsky and Martell with 2 hits each, both having some nice days at the plate here on Senior Day, as they put runners on first and second with 1 out. And up comes the designated hitter, number 11, Conrad Beast Wickman. First pitch curves into the inside corner for strike one. Wickman so far 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. And he's caught chasing that curveball, strike two. Cox putting some great movement on the ball, and he's fooled Wickman on back-to-back pitches to get the 0-2 count. This time he makes contact, a little dribbler over to short, charging in his ooh, clutches, throws, beats Wickman to first. They try and pick off Martell. It gets away from the third baseman as Martell dives back safely. So that'll be out number 2 as Wickman grounds out to short. And now coming up to the plate is the relief pitcher, number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. Dialchand Erickson at the plate so far this season. He's got a slash line of 161, 188, 194. batting 5 for 31 with a double, a walk, 3 steals, 3 runs, and 3 RBI, as he swings and misses at that one for strike one. That pitch also in there for strike two. Dialchin Erickson behind early in this at bat, 0-2, 2 down, runners at second and third. And this one he makes contact. It's a high hopper, fielded by Ooh, thrown to first, and again, Newton North gets out of the jam. So Brookline threatens but does not score, and through 5, the score remains Newton North 9, Brookline 3. Dialchin Erickson now coming back out onto the mound after he got the last out of the top of the 5th. Now coming out for the top of the 6th as he'll face the 1-2-3 hitters for Newton North, Ooh, Chuse, and Bond. As a pitcher so far this season, for Dialchin Erickson, this is now his 10th appearance on the mound, his 7th coming out of the bullpen, as he leads the team in pitching appearances. He has a 1-4 win-loss record. He's pitched 28 innings. He has struck out 21 hitters. He comes into this with a 6.75 ERA, a 1.96 WHIP, and 5.25 Ks per 7. He's given up 33 runs, 27 of them earned, on 37 hits, 18 walks, and 5 hit by pitches. You know, of course, his numbers did get ballooned a little bit after a tough loss against Natick, where he gave up, I believe it was 11 earned runs in just a nightmarish sequence. Here we'll see if he has a better outing here. The Newton North bats have been hot the past couple of innings. Can Dialchin Erickson cool them back down? Leading off for the Tigers will be the shortstop, number 24, Miles Ooh. First pitch, he hits a bouncer over to short, fielded by Martell, and thrown to first for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Pitcher's got to be happy with that. Now up to the plate, the first baseman, number 21, Leo Chuse. I still don't know what allowed Chuse to go down to first last inning. If it was a hit by pitch or defensive interference, whatever it was called, that one's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Before that, he was 2 for 2 with a double and a triple and a run scored. He's now scored twice today. As this one, he gets a weird hopper over Rothman's head. That one caught the edge of the infield grass and just shot right over Rothman's head. So that'll be a single to right for Chuse. Excuse me there. Now at the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Griffin Bond. Bond shows bunt, but fouls it off for strike 1. Bond has had a very nice day at the plate so far. Last time up, he hit a double to left center, got an RBI, and later came in to score. Before that, he grounded out to second in the third, and in the first had an RBI single. So he's 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs, and they caught Chuse between the bags. Rothman throws down to second, and they got the tag easily. A nice pickoff move by James Dialchin Erickson. Caught Chuse for the second out. So now 2 down and nobody on. Big shift there as the first pitch to Bond misses outside for ball 1. And it's a dribbler over to third. Oh, and Martel could not barehand it. And Bond reaches first safely. Call that either an E6 or an infield single. Judgment call. As now with 2 outs and a runner on first, up comes the catcher, number 2, Johnny Donnellan. In the world of weird coincidences, both teams' catchers wearing number 2 today. First pitch to Donnellan. Pops out of the glove and was just out of the zone for ball 1. Donnellan, his last time up, he got an RBI single to shallow center, and his pinch runner, Michael Rogan, later came in to score. Attempted pickoff of Bond. He dives back. Doesn't want to get caught like Chus before him. Now Bond is taking off, and it's a hit and run, and that's going to go out to left center. This might bring the run all the way around. Bond rounding third, heading for home. Donnellan trots in with the RBI double. And a throw out of play is going to allow Donnellan to go to third. Newton North reaches double figures. And so with 2 down, now up comes number 4, Finn Parker. Last time up, Parker hit a single through the left gap to drive in a run, and he later came in to score himself. This pitch comes in high for ball 1. 2 outs and a runner at third. And now a 7-run lead for the visitors. As that one's a strike, but it got away from Turetsky. Runners coming in, throw to home, safe. So the runner dashes in. I wasn't sure if that was a pinch runner or if they allowed Donnellan to run himself. So on the passed ball, the run comes in as that one misses low. 2-1 now the count. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. And this one's going to be a dribbler, fielded by Levin, thrown to Dialchand Eriksson, who manages to get his foot on the bag for out number 3, and that ends the top of the 6th on the rare 4-1 ground out. Newton North adds a couple more runs onto the board in the top of the 6th. They now lead Brookline 11-3. Coming up in the bottom half for Brookline will be the 1-2-3 hitters Tracy, Rothman, and Villa. Now leading off for Brookline here in the bottom of the sixth, the left fielder, number 14, Declan Tracy. First pitch, and he pops that one into shallow left, but well tracked out in left field. And that is going to be out number one. Now coming to the plate for Brookline, the first baseman and co-captain, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch in there for strike one. Rothman gulps that one, a weird grounder over to short, fielded cleanly by Ooh, and thrown to first for out number two. Credit to the Newton North defense. After a couple of shaky errors in the first couple innings, they've settled down nicely and made a number of nice plays behind Cox. First pitch is in there for strike one to the Brookline right fielder, number 7, Daniel Villa. This one skips in the dirt for ball one. Cox came in as a reliever back in the bottom of the third with just one out on the board at the time. As Villa cracks one right at the second baseman, easily caught by Keblin for out number 3. We are through 6 now, and as we get ready for the final inning of this ball game, the score, Newton North 11, Brookline 3. Yalchin Erickson back on the mound for the Warriors. And due up for Newton North will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Keblin, Bombara, and Dalton. Yalchin Erickson has already pitched 1 1/3 innings as a reliever. He's given up 2 runs, 1 earned. So now a meeting of the infield. Very symbolic as these seniors gather for what could be their last inning together here at Warren Field. Of course, don't know what the playoffs are going to bring, but likely Brookline will be playing on the road. As the first pitch, Keblin comes in high for ball one. That one also misses, ball two. Keblin, his last time up, he flew out to left back in the 5th inning. As that one hits him, we've got a leadoff hit by pitch by Keblin. And Newton North's got another runner on. Now with no outs and a man at first, up comes the right fielder, number 19, James Bombara. First pitch, and he fouls it off for strike one. Now the runner takes off, and it's a hit and run. A grounder over to short, fielded well by Martell, thrown to first for out number one. Good fielding there by the co-captain for the 6-3 ground out. The runner does advance to second on the hit and run play, and now coming to the plate is the left fielder, number 3, Antonio Dalton. Again, I apologize for the coughing. Allergy season, it's killer. As that first pitch misses for ball one. That one also misses for ball two. This one is fouled over the backstop. That's going to be strike one to Bombara. Last time up, Bombara struck out. He's now up with one out and a runner at second here in the top of the seventh inning. 2-1 pitch. Hard contact here. That's going out to left. Villa's on his horse. So is Richardson. Richardson tracked it down. Oh, and they're going to pick him off at second for the double play. Boy, everyone thought that was going for extra bases. Keblin thought he was going to be coming home with another run, but don't underestimate the range of Matt Richardson. They give him that center field spot for a reason. So a double play to end the top of the seventh. I'd say a pretty good note to go out on for the Brookline seniors on defense there. After a shaky string of innings in the fourth, fifth, and sixth, allowed Newton North to build a sizable lead. It's a good note to end on with a double play like that. As we get ready for the bottom of the seventh, TJ Cox coming back out, looking to close out what would be a win for him on the mound. Due up for Brookline will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Richardson, Martell, and Levin. First up, the center fielder who just made that nice play to end the top half of the inning, number 18, Matt Richardson. And listen to that Brookline dugout go. You know, still backing their guys, even with an 8-run deficit in the last inning, as this one comes in low for ball two. You know, they know that this day isn't necessarily about wins and losses. This is a day where you want to stay out on the field as long as possible. Just keep that senior career going as Richardson pops this one up, and it's going to stay in the outfield for, in the infield rather, for out number one. Boy, you never realize how much of a tongue twister that is. In the infield for an out. See, I couldn't even say it right on one take. Even when I was just trying to give it as an example. One down now. Up comes the shortstop and co-captain, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. Martell's had a great offensive day. 2 hits already. And he's scored a run. as that one is in there for strike one. Martell 2 for 3, and he's reached base all 3 times, as this one comes in low for ball 2. As he also had that weird reach on error to bring in Brookline's first run back in the first inning. Big swing and a miss for strike 2 on that one. 2-2 the count. Pitch from Cox. Catches him chasing in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, but that is going to go for strike 3. Martell a little too overeager on that one. Bit on that curveball hard, and he goes down on strikes. Brookline down to their last out. And up comes the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Levin, his last time up, he flew out to right. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Before the fly out to right, Levin drew a walk in the third, and he flew out to center in the first. So he's 0 for 2 with a walk so far today. As this one curves in low for ball 1. This pitch comes in low, ball 2. And this one is chopped foul, and over the backstop, that's going to be strike 2. Two and two the count. That pitch curves in for strike 3. Levin was not a fan of that call, but that is going to end it. TJ Cox secures the win on the mound for Newton North, ending the last inning in order, including back-to-back strikeouts for the final 2 outs of the game. The final score here at Warren Field: the Newton North High Tigers 11, the Brookline High Warriors 3. So Brookline does not get the win they were hoping for, but still gave a lot of playing time and a lot of chance to honor their senior class of 2022. Hats off once again to that senior class for Brookline: Declan Tracy, Eli Rothman, Daniel Villa, Matt Richardson, Jack Martell, Jake Levin, Nathan Turetsky, and Conrad Wickman. You know, we've seen a lot of great comments in the live chat talking about all the wonderful times, all the wonderful memories. You know, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. You know, when I was first starting out doing these streams out in Brookline, even back when I was just doing audio only, the first team I got to cover after the pandemic shut everything down was the summer baseball team, and a lot of these guys were members of that summer team. So I've now covered 2 springs and 2 summers of these young men. You know, I've watched them really grow, you know, from the players they were kind of on the fringes of the lineup back in that first summer in 2020 to now players getting a lot of quality playing time and showing what they can do on the diamond on a pretty regular basis as seniors here in the spring of 2022. It's been a heck of a ride. My hat's off to all 8 of those seniors. And before I wrap up with a summary of this game, remember, first off, remember to give your best to Brookline's seniors in honor of Senior Day. Secondly, be sure to check out the description section of the video. You can find out all the information you need about our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Community Foundation. Find out more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference with some of their various grants and initiatives right here in Brookline. If you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We got one more regular season game tomorrow. It'll be over at Newton North, actually, for some girls lacrosse action as the Warriors girls lacrosse team visits the Tigers for their regular season finale. And then, of course, next week, we've got playoffs. So still plenty to be excited about here in 2022, so make sure you don't go away and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you've got anything you'd like to say, be sure to say it in the comment section down below after the stream is over. Be sure to check out the bottom right corner of your screen where you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. You can just email me directly, my email address right below it if you just got questions for me directly. And below that, a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous live streams. And even in a loss for Brookline, there are highlights worthy of showing. So let's sum up what we saw here today. In the top of the first inning, Newton North got off to a lead thanks to 2 big swings of the bat. Leo Chuse with the triple to right, and Griffin Bond with the RBI single to left. Newton North took a 1-0 lead. Brookline able to tie it up. Eli Rothman and Daniel Villa both got on base to threaten, and then an error on a grounder by Jack Martell allowed Rothman to score the equalizer and put it at 1 apiece. Newton North went down in order in the top of the second. Brookline got runners to second and third in the bottom of the second with 1 out, but could not capitalize. In the top of the third, Newton North got a runner to second, but also couldn't capitalize. Then in the bottom of the third, Brookline was able to get a couple runners on. They actually were able to load the bases with 1 out, and then Nathan Turetsky came through with probably Brookline's biggest play of the day. A 2-run single to center to bring in Matt Richardson and Jack Martell. As that would be the end of the day for the Newton North starting pitcher, Julian Nielsen. He was replaced by TJ Cox, who would pitch the rest of the way. Brookline wasn't able to amount anything else the rest of the inning, and that's kind of where my Wi-Fi shorted out for about a half an inning. As Newton North put together a rally in that top of the fourth inning, they scored 3 runs to take a 4-3 lead. Brookline got 1 runner on in the bottom of the fourth, but couldn't do anything with it. Top of the fifth, Newton North kind of exploded for 5 more runs, as that ended the night for Brookline starting pitcher Jack Martell. He was replaced with James Dialchin-Derrickson, who would pitch the rest of the way, as Newton North went up 9-3 in that top of the fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth, Brookline got 2 runners on with 1 out, but then back-to-back groundouts to short left those runners stranded. In the top of the sixth, Newton North got 2 more runners on. 2 more runs on the board, rather. Both of them unearned, actually. As one got, well, depending on whether you score an error or an infield single, one of them might have been earned, one of them might not. I'll, have to go back and check it myself. Bottom of the sixth, Brookline goes down in order. Top of the seventh, Newton North gets a runner to second with 1 out, but then a great chase down out in center field by Matt Richardson, the center fielder, allowed them to pick off the runner at second and end the top of the seventh on a double play. However, their offense could not follow up as they went down in order again to end it in the bottom of the 7th. You can see out there across the way, Brookline getting ready for their special senior night ceremony. If I could easily transfer over all my equipment, I would, but I'm kind of stuck here with all the wires everything's connected to. So I won't be able to give you a stream of that, but I hope you've at least enjoyed the stream of the game, technical hiccups and all. The final score, Newton North 11, Brookline 3. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.